Hello, friends of Sudoku, and welcome to an evil puzzle from websudoku.com. You can find a link to this puzzle in the description for this video. Full disclosure, I have solved this puzzle. I think it was about 3 weeks ago, but I saved the link to it because I found the logic quite intriguing and pleasant.
It's quite pleasant.
So I want to share this puzzle with you, but I have to say that I have completely forgotten how I solved it. So today will be like I'm solving it for the first time. That out of the way, let's see what we have here.
What do we have here?
There's a 1 and here, and they of course block down these squares. So a 1 must go here. There's a 2, 9 and a 6 here. So we need a 2, 9 and a 6 across here in the top row. We already have the 2 and the 6, of course. This 9 blocks up, so one of these must be a 9. And therefore, one of these must be a 9. We have a 1 blocking up here and across here. One of these is a 1 blocking across and across. So a 1 must go in one of these two squares here. We do have a 2 and a 6 here. And we have a 2 and a 6 here. So let's see if we can do something with that. We can. The 2 blocks across here, and this 2 blocks up. So a 2 goes here. Now we have these 2's blocking down and up, and this 2 blocking across. So here's a 2 blocking across. This 2 blocks across, and therefore we have a 2 here. Now we need one more 2, and it has to go here because of this 2 blocking down and this 2 blocking over and this 2 blocking down. So here's the last digit 2. Now what? An 8. I see an 8 here and here blocking all of these squares. Therefore an 8 must go here. Now we have 8s here or here. More 8s, yes. 8 blocks over and up. Here's an 8. We have an 8 blocking across here and 2 8s blocking down and up. Here's an 8. Now we must have a 6 here or here. And the reason for this is that this 6 blocks here, giving me a 6 here or here blocking up. So it follows that a 6 must go here or here. And I think that's all I can say for the time being about the 6's. We only have 1 4 in the grid. So we have to figure out what to do about that. By the way, it's 3 in the morning here, and I'm listening to the night. It's really, really pleasant. I just love the tropics.
So quiet.
So where to get the next number? By the way, a 7 has to go here or here, because the 7 blocks across, giving me a 7 in one of these squares here, and they block across. And this 7 blocks up, right? So we know that these two squares must be a 6 and a 9. And we know this because we have a 6 and a 9 blocking down here, and we have a 6 and a 9 blocking up here. So 6 and 9 must go here. And that automatically puts a 1 here or here. Blocking down, this 1 blocks up, this 1 blocks across. So a 1 must go here. So let's see what else we can get out of this 6, 9. Well, one thing is that this 5 blocks across, so a 5 must go here or here now. It also means, of course, that a 6 and a 9 must find homes in 2 of these 4 empty squares. But it's too early to tell which squares they are going to be. But we can do something with a 1, because this 1 blocks here. These 1s block here, this 1 blocks here. So a 1 for column 4 has got to go here. And this 1 blocks across, so does this, and this 1 blocks up. So here's a 1. And since this square now can't be a 5 anymore, we know that a 5 must go in this square here. And we also remember that one of these must be a 5. So now we got 5s blocking down like so. Therefore, one of these must be a 5. We are going to do something about the 8s, but I don't know what. No, I can't do much about the 8s. And by the way, remembering that this is a 6 or 9, we now also have a 6 or a 9 here. Because for the column here, we need to find a 6, 9, 3, and a 5. There's a 3 and a 5 blocking this square. So we got 6 and a 9 across here. And that raises a question, what then are these? If they are not 6 and 9, there must be a 4, 8, and a 7. Since we have an 8 and a 7 here, we know that this must be a 4, and we have a 7 and an 8 in these two squares. So given these two 4s blocking here, we know that a 4 must go either here or here, and therefore we know that one of these 3 must be a 4. And we also said from the beginning that a 9 had to go in one of these two squares. This 9 blocks up, giving me a 9 here or here. And we also have this 9 blocking across. So a 9 is forced here. And we just discussed how a 4 had to go either here or here, didn't we? Now we have taken away this square, given it to the 9, therefore the 4 must go here. Now that we have found this 4, a 4 can't go here, this 4 blocks here, and this 4 blocks here, so here's a 4. 3, 8, and 7 now for these squares. We know that this is a 7, 8, so we need to find a 3 somewhere, either here or here. I'm not sure yet, so I'll have to wait a little. Here we are looking for a 7, 6, and a 3. So 7 must go here or here, blocking down. This 7 blocks down, this blocks over. So 7 goes either here or here. For block 1, we need to find a 3, 7, 8, don't we? There's a 3 and a 7 blocking this square. Therefore, it must be an 8. Now we have this 8 blocking down, this 8 blocking across. So an 8 must go here. And now we have 8s blocking up and down and over. So here comes an 8, and therefore this is a 7. We did have a 7, 8 pair here. Remember now 6, 9, 6, 9, 6, 9. This is not going to be a 6 or a 9. Let's see if we can continue without finding a unique rectangle. But it's clear that these are 6, 9, therefore these must be a 4 and a 5. 4 blocks over, here's a 5, here's a 4. This last square has got to be a 3. And that gives me a 3 here and a 7 here. This 7 blocks across, and this square, by the way, seems to be a 3. And the 7 now goes here, here, or here, blocking across. This 7 blocks up, so here is a 7. 6, 9, therefore a 5, 4. We know that these must be a 4, 7, and a 9. Therefore, this must be a 3. And that leaves only one square to figure out in block 2, and that must be the 6. Now this is not a 6, 9 anymore, it's a 9. This is a 6, and this is a 9. Now we have a 9 here because this 9 blocks across, this blocks up. And these two 9s block up, giving me a 9 here. 4 and 7 here now. Here we are looking for a 5 and a 3. And I think that, oh, hang on, the 3 here and here block these 5 squares. So here's a 3, and therefore a 5 goes here. That gives me a 5 here and a 4 here, because we remember those two, don't we? This 4 blocks across, giving me a 4 here, and therefore a 4 up here, and this must be the 7 we were looking for. Here a 6 and a 1. Can we do? No, I don't think we can. So let's instead have a look at these. We know that this square here must be a 6, and that makes these two a 7 and a 3. Also not quite possible, but we know that a 7 and a 3 block here, so it follows that these two squares must be a 3, 7 pair. And that means that this square here has got to be a 5. Now we have a 5 blocking across here and down here. So here's a 5. And here a 4 and a 6. The 4 blocks down. So here's a 6 and here's a 4. Now this must be a 6 and this must be a 1. Blocking down, this 1 blocks across. Here's another 1. This last number has got to be a 9. And this last number must be a 7. And that gives me a 7 for this position. And here we need a 3, giving me a 3 here. This now has got to be a 6. And this must be a 7. I don't know about you, but I really liked this puzzle because it had a certain kind of logic that really appeals to me. I hope you enjoyed it and that you'll come back for more soon. Thank you for watching and bye for now.